Hello, beautiful viewers. Dom Saucer of the Cosmos. Prepare to indulge in experiencing sheer bliss, because today another riveting, captivating, stellar unboxing video is about to be brought to fruition. What items will I be unboxing? What items will I be opening? Without further delay, without further procrastination, let me elicit the box. What items are encompassed within this box? Let me demystify that answer to that inquiry right here, right now, and subsequently render the contents of the box transparent. Inside the box, we have a plethora of Green Lantern action figures. These are derived from the DC Universe Classics action figure line. They stand roughly 6 inches tall. You can't go wrong with procuring any of these figurines. These are stellar figurines. They have quality aesthetics. They have visual fidelity to the comics that they're derived from. I love their shadings. I love their hues. I love their muscle tones. I love their sculpts. I love their textures. These figurines are of the utmost highest quality. Do you concur with my sentiments about them? Or do you disagree? Well, let me show them to you out of their bags. We have some Green Lantern hero. He has interchangeable hands. The interchangeable hands are a nifty feature. They elicit a wealth of opportunities to place him into additional dynamic poses. I'm not going to swap out his hands now. Here he is. He lacks an ankle pivot, which is unfortunate. His hands can swivel, or his wrists can swivel. His head can swivel. He can swivel at the biceps. This is a great figurine. His integrity has not been compromised. His shin can swivel. He may have a ratchet in his legs. His arms can rotate 360 degrees. I do not want to loosen his ballpoint joints, so I'll just abstain from perpetually rotating him. Here he is. This is a high quality figurine. It provides you with unprecedented value for your money if you're an avid action figure collector. So I'm content with purchasing him. Let me showcase other figurines. Let me flaunt them. What is that figurine's moniker? I do not know. I'm not well acclimated with the lore of all the Green Lantern characters. I believe that this figurine is known by the moniker of Abin, Sir. However, you can verify that for yourself. That was most likely pronounced incorrectly. Abin Soul sounds more correct, but that's probably not the name either, so whatever. Doesn't really matter. It's not like I'm writing the DC comic books. I didn't spawn these characters. These characters were derived from someone else's ingenuity being manifested into reality in the form of comic books, movies, TV series, and action figures. I just unbox these figurines and give you a brief overview of them. He's wielding a Green Lantern. Again, this figurine just like the other one, has a copious amount of points of articulation. He can rotate his wrists. His fists. Are relatively sturdy. The fingers on his right hand are semi-clenched together, whereas the fingers the fingers on his left hand are semi-clenched together, whereas the fingers on his right hand are fully clenched together. He has a ring. That's molded into his sculpt. He has an ab crunch. He seemingly lacks, oh never mind, he has a bit of waist rotation. His knees are not double jointed, nor are his elbows double jointed, but he does have some rotation, he does have some articulation. And he can rotate some of his joints. His shin could rotate a bit. The figurine is not bad. The forearm unfortunately lacks a swivel, but doesn't really matter too much. He's going to be relegated on my shelf. He's going to be displayed in one dynamic pose. I do not need to perpetually articulate him. It's great that he's not pre-posed. You can customize his posing to your liking, just like you could with the other figurine. They seemingly have just as many points of articulation, if not the exact same amount. I'm not sure if they are or are not, but these figurines are akin to one another. Their heads are disparate from one another, but their molds appear to be relatively similar. You can clearly see that. I did not notice any salient differences between the two figurines, with the caveat of the differences in paint applications and in head sculpts, but other than that they're extremely similar to one another. They both have standard action figure bodies. They're not very bulky. We have another figurine here, another Green Lantern. Apparently he has an interchangeable head that can be detached from his body at a moment's notice. I'm not sure who this character is. He has just as many points of articulation as this character, who also has an interchangeable head. I am not going to detach it now. It may be arduous to reattach, but these figurines appear to have the same exact body, with the caveat of having different heads. These figurines are homogeneous to one another, so these different heads were just placed onto the same type of body. Do you notice any differences between these two bodies? You can meticulously analyze them closely and tell me. with the caveat of the heads, the bodies are the exact same. So, again, I'm not discontent with this purchase and decision. He also comes with an additional head, 4 figurines, with different heads and extremely similar bodies for a grand total of $30. Would I relinquish these figures for $30? Probably not. Am I going to retain them until I think I'm to death? Most likely. How could these figurines have been enhanced? How could they have been augmented? What improvements would I have made if I were an action figure sculptor? Well, I would have loved to see articulation in their finger joints. I would have loved if they had toe articulation and an ankle pivot. It would have been nice if they all had diaphragm joints and could swivel nearly all of their limbs. But you get what you pay for. These figurines were not over $50 like some of the Bandai figurines. I got them for under $10 each. So for $8.50 per figurine with the shipping subsumed under the $30 flat rate, I'm gratified with this purchase and decision. You likely would have implemented the same purchase and decision as I did if you're an avid devout DC Universe Classics action figure collector that is looking to integrate these figurines into your prodigious action figure collection. So I have no qualms about my purchase and decision. I'm going to flaunt these action figures on the shelf and see if I could add more Green Lanterns to my collection when I have the monetary resources to do so. At the moment I cannot afford to splurge, so I have to accumulate some wealth before I can buy another figurine, because they command hefty premium prices on the second-hand market. I have to concede to the prices that the sellers on eBay demand. There's very little leeway for negotiating. You could propose reasonable offers for the figurines, but they're not always apt to accept the offers that you have set forth. I proposed a $40 offer. Fortunately, he accepted it this time, but in the future I may not be as fortunate. But hopefully one day with a 3D printer I'll be able to complete my DC Universe Classics action figure collection. So that's everything that I want to do showcase for this video. I hope that you found this video to be enthralling and insightful. Have a wonderful, marvelous day. Goodbye.